following is a production of Learfield Sports.
This copyrighted telecast is the property of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, an affiliate of Learfield Sports, LLC, under rights granted by the University of Maine. Any rebroadcast, retransmission, reproduction, or other dissemination or use of this telecast or any part of it without the express written consent of Black Bear Sports Properties, LLC, is prohibited. This legal disclaimer is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, proud supporter of the Black Bears. If you have any legal questions, visit them at lanhamblackwell.com.
Hello and welcome to another exciting episode of the Black Bear Insider. I'm your host, Brian Sullivan. We've got a fantastic show on tap. We're going to hear from Maine men's basketball coach Bob Walsh in his first year at the helm here for the Black Bears. We're also going to have a microphone on Bob as he and his Black Bears practice. We'll hear from Maine field hockey superstar Annabelle Hamilton. She's gone over 100 points in her career here with the Black Bears. We're going to hear from Trevor Bates, who's serving as a Black Bear mentor. We'll also go to the first ever Fan Jam event for the basketball teams at the Cross Insurance Center. We'll pay a visit to Carlton's Corner, where athletic director Carlton Creech will talk a little bit about that Cross Insurance Center, and of course we'll look at the U.S. Cellular upcoming schedule. This is the Black Bear Insider.
The Black Bear Insider is brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell & Baber, U.S. Cellular, Maine Recreation and Fitness Center, Fisher Plows, Maine Savings Federal Credit Union, EBS Building Supplies, and Digital Workshop.
So, with U.S. Cellular, you get 4 lines and 10 gigs for $140 a month. And you can upgrade your phone every year. Say, upgrade.
Upgrade? U.S. Cellular lets you upgrade every year?
Yeah.
Sounds good.
Great. Just sign this.
This is how I sign up?
I don't make the rules, Mr. Westbrook.
At U.S. Cellular, get 4 lines with 10 gigs for just $140 a month and upgrade your phone every year. U.S. Cellular, hello better.
No matter what your game is, indoors or out, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center at the University of Maine is your place to play, work out, relax, and have fun. The Rec Center has state-of-the-art cardio and weight training equipment, a pool, spa, and sauna, a running track, and more than 60 fitness classes a week. Or take your game outside with the Maine-bound Adventure Center. Hit the climbing or bouldering wall, learn how to kayak, go rock climbing. Whatever game you like, the Student Recreation and Fitness Center is your place to play.
Under the bright lights of your playing field, one performer continues to shine. The Fisher Extreme V. With durable X-bracing, the Extreme V carries the load. With precision passes, the power to bust through, the maximum protection of the Fisher Trip Edge, and the brightest lights available. Fisher, your business, our passion.
Learn more at vplowfacts.com.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider, now joined by Maine men's basketball coach Bob Walsh. Bob, thank you very much for being here. I know a lot of people are very excited as a new start for the University of Maine men's basketball program. Explain to me a little bit about what kind of basketball we can expect to see.
Thanks, Brian. Yeah, it's exciting to be here. You know, what we're working on with our guys is the way we compete. That's where we start every day, is just a level of toughness and a competitive edge that we feel you need to have in a championship culture. So I think our guys are going to compete really hard. They're going to play with a brand of toughness, and they're going to play together. We generally, I've always liked to play a lot of guys, so we usually go pretty deep into the bench, but I've always had a lot of guys that could play. I've been fortunate to coach a lot of talent, so we like to get going up and down. Our system is about pressure. We want to attack on defense and attack on offense, and we think it'll be an exciting style of basketball for Black Bear fans.
Now, with a system where a lot of guys play, everyone stays involved, must keep morale reasonably high, everyone's focused on the game, everyone waiting to get out there on the court and very pay attention to what happens on the court.
Yeah, and that's one of the reasons. I think what we do on the practice court is sacred. I mean, that's got to really be where we develop our mentality and who we are, and I think that's where you win games. And to get guys invested and to compete at the level that we ask them to compete at every day, there's got to be a reward there. And the guys that show that, that show up and compete, are going to get a chance to play. So the guys have to know when they show up to practice every day, they're earning their playing time. And you know, we've played 10, 11, 12 guys in the past. So the guys that do what we ask on the practice floor are going to get out on the floor and give us a chance to win.
Is that where the term meritocracy comes from? Can you explain to that? I've heard that you use that in previous interviews.
It is. We want our program to be a meritocracy. It's based on merit. You know, we'll be known by our deeds, so to speak, and we earn what we do. So we give our guys a pretty clear definition of what we expect from them every day. Those things will translate into playing time. The guys that do those things will earn the playing time. So it's not really about what you've done in the past, or you know, how many points you scored yesterday, or how highly you were recruited, or any of that stuff. It's about earning it. So everything we do in our program is based on merit.
What's it been like for you coming to the University of Maine and, you know, getting your feet underneath you and getting your staff assembled, things like that, to get ready for what lies ahead?
Well, it's been a little hectic, but it's kind of what you're prepared for. You know, if you're in the coaching business, you really don't take much time off. So it's not like, okay, you'll start on September 1st and you have 2 months to get everything together. I mean, you hit the ground running as soon as you get here. I'm lucky we've put together a fantastic staff. I really have an elite staff talent-wise, and it's really been an incredible culture to be a part of. The coaching staff here at Maine, you know, Coach Cosgrove and Coach Gendron and Trimper and Lynn Coots. I mean, everybody is so giving of their time and outgoing and just really invested in the university. So it's great to be a part of.
And in addition to have a facility like the Cross Insurance Center to play basketball games at, it's a nice place to call home.
It's absolutely the best. We've had walked recruits in there who've been blown away. I'm blown away. That was actually the first night I saw the floor down and the lights on in a basketball setup, and I'm tickled that we get to go play down there all the time. We're very, very fortunate.
Now as you get into the schedule, I know on Thursday we've got a big game against Huston University, and then you start getting into the thick of things. Talk to me a little bit about you know, your mentality getting into a season like this.
Well, the exhibition games are important. I want our guys to have the uniforms on, the lights on, the refs there, sort of an uncontrolled atmosphere. You know, as coaches, we tend to control everything in practice, but then we don't play in controlled atmosphere. So that's why the exhibition games are important, and Huston will be a good challenge for us. It's a great program. You know, our mentality is still to develop that competitive edge, which leads to the trust that we need to be a championship program. So our guys are looking forward to certainly getting out on the floor Thursday night in front of our home fans.
And year one program goal set for yourself and for your team?
Establish a championship culture. What we do every day. We're all about the process.
Good. Okay. Thank you very much for your time.
Awesome. Thanks, Brian.
All right. Well, thank you very much, Coach Walsh. We're now going to take a visit to Carlton's Corner, where Athletic Director Carlton Creech will talk a little bit about the Cross Insurance Center.
We're excited about our second season in the Cross Insurance Center. Again, the best facility in the America East, and it's a great advantage for us, not only on game day, but with recruiting. The student athletes love playing there. Whenever I talk to a prospective student athlete visiting campus, they always have great things to say about the Cross Center. So it's a privilege to play there. We're so happy with the partnership and look forward to another great season for our men's and women's teams. Bangor is an incredibly important market for us. It's right in our backyard. It gives us great potential to bond with the community and bring folks together around the University of Maine, but in Bangor. And so it's a great opportunity for us. We've made some slight changes to improve the game day experience this year. We've shifted the court down to the closed end to tighten up the atmosphere, and we really should have a great game day environment at the Cross Center this year.
The Maine field hockey team is playoff bound, and Annabelle Hamilton is a big part of that, scoring more than 100 points in her illustrious career. We'll hear from her when we return to the Black Bear Insider.
You support your Black Bears at the game. Now, you can support them everywhere you go. Introducing the exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings. The Black Bear debit card is free to you and supports the Black Bear Fund each time you use your card for a purchase. Just open a Red Wallet account at Maine Savings. Stop into our new College Avenue branch or any of our other convenient branches. Show your pride. Make a difference. The exclusive Black Bear debit card only at Maine Savings.
EBS Building Supplies knows time is the most valuable resource you have. That's why they offer free delivery anywhere in their service area. Fast, convenient, and free. That's the EBS way. So whether you're a professional contractor or a do-it-yourself homeowner, no delivery is too small or too big, and custom ordering is always available. Use EBS free delivery to make your life easier and your home improvement project complete faster. EBS Building Supplies. Can do. Just ask.
Hey, Billy, how goes it? Hey, man, I'm stranded. You think you can come pick me up?
Where you at?
Route 13, 50 miles out.
I'm kind of busy right now. It's gonna be a little bit.
Awesome.
Why was US Cellular built to work way out here? Because being stuck in the middle of nowhere should be up to your buddy, not your spotty wireless provider. With 4G LTE coverage for nearly 90% of our customers, you get national coverage that works harder locally. US Cellular. Hello better.
Welcome back to the Black Bear Insider, now joined by field hockey senior Annabelle Hamilton. Annabelle, thank you very much for being here. Now let's talk a little bit about the start to the season for you and your teammates. You played a beast of a schedule out of the gate.
Yeah, we definitely had some hard competition. We started a game against first game against Central Michigan, and then we faced some opponents like Michigan State, Stanford, UMass, which were definitely hard. They were close games. We went into overtime. They were really tight, but we struggled a bit. So that was the beginning of our season, I guess.
Do you feel like those games launched you into what's happened since then? And I guess explain to people what has happened since coming out of the gate.
I mean, it definitely we definitely learned a lot. You know, when losing some games, you know, you figure out what you're doing wrong and what you need to do right. And I guess it helped us when we started to win some games and kind of get us rolling.
Now, a few days ago, you went over a big milestone in your career here in terms of scoring some points. Explain to people what happened.
I reached 101 points. So we were in a game against Northeastern, and I was at 99 points, and we were in overtime, and there was a stroke called, and I took the stroke and went in, and I got pushed over to 101 points. So it was probably the best way I could ask to hit the milestone. So it was awesome.
When you set out this season, did you set goals for yourself or for the team?
Yeah, as a team, we always get together at the beginning of the year. In our locker room, we got like a big poster, and we've set like some milestone goals and like what we want to accomplish, like where we want to rank, like how many, like the number of goals as a team we want to exceed. Definitely as an individual, each year I try to set certain goals.
Now, was one of those goals qualifying for the America East playoffs?
Oh, definitely. America East is definitely something we have on our the eye on the prize. America East is a big one for us, and I don't think Maine's ever won America East, so it's something that I would love as a team for us to accomplish. And I think like we've definitely hit it at the right time, like getting on the roll at the right time, getting into it. So.
Now, a few years ago, it seemed like this was a very young team. Josette Babineau brought in a lot of very young players, and it seemed like it's come together in a hurry. Do you agree with that?
Yeah, we definitely had some rebuilding years after we lost like some of our seniors, like Kelly Newton, Steph Gardner, Jocelyn Mitchell. We definitely had some rebuilding to do, but slow and steady, and we've gotten there. And I think we filled the shoes, and I think we're ready this year.
You think that we've got what it takes to do some damage in the tournament?
I think so. Yeah, I'm excited. We're a solid team.
Now, the way it's looking is that Albany has clinched the top spot in the America East, and you could either go 2 or 3. Is that sound about right?
Yep, I think we're hopefully second. It's good that we're seeing New Hampshire. We'll meet them in the weekend, and then we'll see them again for America East.
Now, a team that you're very familiar with, obviously the Wildcats, having played them for a few years as a conference opponent. What do they bring to the table?
Yeah, they've definitely been a team we've kept notice of. They've lost quite a few seniors, so I would say their caliber is not the same, but they're still the hard competing team.
Now moving forward to the America East playoffs, it'll be, I believe, November 7th is the semis, and then November 9th would be the America East Championship. So a little time to think about it, what needs to happen for Maine to come away with that first title.
A little rest, recovery, take a little break, and then get ourselves mentally prepared and physically prepared as well.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you very much. Anything else you'd like to add?
No, that'll be everything.
Well, Annabelle, you're not off the hook yet. In our next segment, we let the fans ask a few questions of some of their favorite players, and it just happens to be Annabelle Hamilton. Here's Ask a Black Bear.
Squash. I'm a huge fan of racket sports. I love tennis, I love squash, but squash would have to take cake for me. Probably swimming. I could never get in the pool at 6 in the morning. Just couldn't do it. No. Oh boy, somewhere hot, somewhere with sand, a little tropical weather, you know, maybe, I don't know, wherever that be, Mexico or Belize or, you know, Caribbean.
Hey Black Bear fans, if you would like to have your questions answered by a Black Bear athlete, simply post or tweet using the hashtag #AskABlackBear for a chance to have your questions answered on the show.
Moving on to basketball now, the first ever Fan Jam event was held at the Cross Insurance Center a few days ago. The first opportunity for fans of the Maine men's and women's basketball team to meet the squads for the 2014 seasons.
Well, it's a lot of fun to interact with our fans. You know, people got to come in and see the realigned court, which I think is great. It just makes so much sense and makes it a much cozier sort of environment, but takes advantage of everything that the Cross Center has to offer. So that's a big plus. And then obviously to get out with some kids on the court, and you know, I think we've got great role models on both the men's and women's teams. And for, you know, even to have small children like I do, you know, to see them get to interact is a lot of fun, and to do it in a slightly competitive way and, you know, fun way with some challenges and some contests is fun also. So it's about fan engagement, and we just want them to realize that we appreciate them and that we hope to see them here at games this year.
It was a great turnout. We don't even get this many kids at camp most of the time, so it was awesome how many kids showed up, and I hope that this just continues to grow by the way that the programs, both of the men's and the women's programs, are growing.
Just meeting the kids as they first walked in, you know, they had a lot of energy. They were ready to meet the teams, and they're just ready to have fun and participate in the clinic.
It makes our players realize they're part of a program that's a lot bigger than themselves, and we want the foundation of our program to be the energy and the passion of our fans. There's great basketball fans in the state of Maine, and everybody's passionate about the University of Maine. So it opens our guys' eyes a little bit to what the program is and how big it can be. And you know, it's important for them to realize how much these kids look up to them and would love to be in their position someday. So for them to give back means a lot.
If I was a kid, I would have loved this experience. And I know if there was anything that compared to this as a kid, it was when I went to Augusta and I watched people play in the tournament. And I absolutely loved every second of that. And I know that these kids probably are feeling the same type of excitement. And it's just a joy to see these kids come out here for free, kids that maybe wouldn't have these opportunities otherwise. And that's pretty awesome.
Coming up, we've got Maine men's basketball coach Bob Walsh wired for sound. Don't go away. This is the Black Bear Insider.
Hey Black Bear fans, my name is Steve Blackwell with Lanham Blackwell and Baber, and this is Compliance Corner, where we help you understand some of the most commonly misunderstood NCAA rules and regulations that affect our Black Bear athletes and program. Today, I'd like to talk to you about student-athlete employment. Many people think that hiring student-athletes is an NCAA violation, but actually, it is very possible and more common than you think. It is permissible to hire a student-athlete as long as they are paid an amount that is commensurate with the going rate for similar services, and they are compensated for work actually performed, and the student-athlete's employment is not used to promote the business, and the compliance office is notified prior to the first day of work by the student-athlete submitting an employment form. Basically, it boils down to treating them precisely the same way you would treat any other employee. There are more very specific rules and procedures when hiring a student-athlete. Any violation of these rules will render a student-athlete ineligible for competition. If you ever have any questions about this or any other compliance topic, feel free to contact the Black Bears Compliance Office at 207-581-1537 or visit goblackbears.com/information/compliance. This has been Compliance Corner, brought to you by Lanham, Blackwell, and Baber.
Trevor Bates, a defensive end on the Black Bear football team, has been mentoring 8th grader Austin Sargent for the last 4 years. Their relationship, well, it has grown quite a bit during that time.
Our relationship has definitely come a long way from when we started. For him and for me, we both definitely got more comfortable with each other. You know, the humor has grown, and it's really just a joy, really. We're always laughing, always having fun, spending time together.
It's definitely grown pretty big. I mean, I was really shy at first. I mean, I barely even walked into the room. I was standing outside in the hallway with a big old smile on my face saying, oh, I can't do this. And then I finally walked in, you know, after the days progressed, after the weeks progressed, and, you know, I got used to it. I mean, and became really good friends, and for the last four years, you know, we've been pretty good friends. I mean, I've gone to a few of his football games to support him.
Well, Black Bear mentoring is really just, it's a kind of like a big brother, big sister program. It just matches up an older person in the community, whether college or not, just matches up with a young student. The point of it's actually, I'm a pretty good case because I've grown with him for 4 years, but it's to hopefully stay with him over the years and just build that relationship, not just for these years, but, you know, for years down the road too.
He helps me out with like schoolwork, and schoolwork is definitely the first priority when we come here, and football is next. You know, sports is next, you know, just like in school. Regularly here at school, if you have an F in any class, you're not allowed to play. So, you know, that helps kids, you know, get up. But even though I'm homeschooled, I try and go by that because, you know, schoolwork is a pretty big step in life.
Last year, we leaned a little more towards doing like homework and stuff like that at first, and then once we finish that up, we'll try to toss the football around, go in the computer lab, we kind of do it all. We got some group activities we do too.
Sometimes I get angry with my mom, and my mom gets angry with me. She bounces that stuff off her friend, and I bounce stuff off at Trevor.
I don't really try to force anything. It kind of is very natural. So if something comes up, you know, something serious, family, you know, schoolwork, or anything I can, you know, pitch in or chime in on, I just try to help and give him advice. It's really just a great relationship that I've gotten out of it. And just to see how he's grown, I'd hope I'd play a part in that, but just to see how he's, you know, become confident in himself and really just enjoying himself is great to see for me. I just hope he's found a good friend in me, someone he can trust, someone he can look up to, a good role model, and just a good friend too.
You know, me and him are gonna be friends. I mean, this is our last year, but I mean, I'm gonna get a Facebook soon, you know, Gmail, you know, and go to some of his football games, you know, talk to him.
October now, a thing of the past. On to November, and some big games lie ahead. With that in mind, let's take a look at the U.S. Cellular upcoming schedule. After hearing from Maine men's basketball coach Bob Walsh earlier in the show, we decided that was not enough. People so interested in his first year at the helm of the program, we decided to put a microphone on him during practice, and here's what we came away with.
Let's go, make sure you're stretching, let's go. It's gonna be a long day for White, I can already tell. Vic, Valjerovic. Look at that, Blue, they're well ahead of you, White. They're already jogging over here. Now, we have to embrace the opportunity to show up and compete every day and enjoy it. We did that yesterday, and we got to do it again today. The harder we go, the more we learn to compete, the more spirit that we have, the shorter it gets, right? The more efficient we are, the better it is, right? Let's make sure we build on what we did yesterday. Have a great day, let's go. Great energy. Together, 1, 2, 3. Together. Good, catch it. Good, Christian, good. Hey, when you make that move, just slow down. It's a good move, you just kind of rush, just slow down, all right? It's a good move. Demand it loud. Good. We notice who's on the floor, okay? We notice who stays in for multiple reps. We also notice who's not on the floor, right? That translates to playing time. You want to play, you should be out here on the floor. Somebody should have to grab you by the shoulder. Troy, I got you, you're out, right? Attack, got attack, got attack, got attack. Going up, count it, 9. Good, good Ethan, good Ethan, good Ethan. Good Ethan, good. Even if you're solo over there, replace yourself, right? Don't just stand on the wing. Replace yourself, cut in and pop back out so that we have action on the weak side, all right? Talk, good, move it, good, guard him. Too easy, who wants it? Let's go, match up, get ahead of it, Till, get ahead of it. Good hustle, Troy. Good, Sean, good. Pressure, Sean, pressure, good. Let's go, run, Christian, run. Get a stop, match up. There's a competitive spirit that's in here, right? Remember we talked about it, I said we have it in us. There's no doubt in my mind we have it in us. There's a different competitive spirit than there was when we first started. Right? That's a great thing. And something that I liked right from the beginning, we were doing 5-on-0 to start. Troy, Sean, both of you were calling out who was back in 5-on-0 backcourt balance. It wasn't even something I said. I didn't say it today, hey, make sure we know who's back every time a shot goes up. I heard that just in 5-on-0 at the very beginning of practice, okay? That's something that tells me it's good habits, right? We're invested, we're mentally ready. We have it in us, right? And when we do that, when we compete like that, when we pick each other up like that, that's when it's fun.